bar for bar.
Well, no, I didn't want to look at it. Hold on, did you already start it?
Yeah, you're good. Take your time.
Okay, whenever you want to start.
You ready?
I guess.
How's it going, Alex? I'm John.
Nice to meet you, Alex.
Nice to meet you too. Well,
I'm Alex.
oh, okay. What year are you in college?
I'm a junior.
How old are you?
21.
Awesome. Okay. What sports team are you on?
I am on the varsity soccer team.
Okay. And injury type?
It was my knee. Just kind of hurt it real bad. Had some surgery, and yeah.
Okay.
Kind of took a toll.
All right. All right, Alex. So, I hear you've been having somewhat of a hard time going through the rehab process. Can you just tell me a little bit about how you're doing right now?
I mean, for starters, I feel like I just am scared to do anything, if that makes sense. I feel like I am, scared to kind of get back in action. Just kind of that worrisome aspect of re-injuring myself. I don't want to do that again. I've already spent a lot of time out. And I feel like that's also made me super cautious when going through rehab. And I feel that I'm not getting the most out of my rehab because of that.
Okay. All right. How's your relationship with your family going right now? Do you have people that you're able to reach out to in your family that you can talk to?
I mean, I really just kind of shut down and just isolated.
What about your team?
Yeah, I mean, I really haven't told anyone kind of what's going on. I just kind of have been isolating myself, just kind of trying to deal with it on my own. I just feel like if I talk about it, it makes me feel like kind of brings myself esteem down a little bit. Makes me feel weak, I guess, and I don't want to come off as that to my teammates.
How do you relate with sports? What do you believe your role on a team in the sport as a whole is?
Well, I would say that, before my injury, I was a pretty decent soccer player, and I feel like I was a big reason as to why we would win games and all that. But I feel that afterwards, I just don't feel the same at all, mentally and physically. I just feel like I can't help the team as I once did, and I feel like that has definitely taken a toll on the whole mental side of things too, because I just don't have that confidence in myself anymore.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just really hesitant to try and get even close to how things were. I don't know if it'll happen.
Okay. How are you able to get around right now? Are you able to get from class to class? Are you able to go to the places you need to go to get out to the sporting stuff? Are you able to get around easily?
Yeah, I mean, I can, get around and all that. It's not really anything super impairing. It's just small things. I just kind of get anxious a lot of the time. I feel like I have a rapid heartbeat a lot of the time too. And I just start sweating pretty bad. But other than that, I mean, I don't really sleep too much, so I feel like that also kind of plays a role. I'm just tired a lot of the time too.
When does the rapid heart rate and sweating happen?
That kind of happens when I start thinking about possibly returning. I just kind of think that, I'm scared to go back, and so I start thinking, well, the possibilities that could happen of re-injury, and then I start, working myself up about that and getting super anxious about that, and I feel like that's kind of when it starts happening the most. Or even just doing simple PT stuff, because it's I don't want to overwork myself and get to that point.
Okay. Do you find that this has been financial burden on you being able to go through college with this injury and not be able to participate in sport?
Um, I mean, I wouldn't say it's you're saying financial as in like actual finances,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, I
Is
mean,
your insurance able to cover it? Do you have any
yeah,
outlying
I'm not really
situation?
too worried about that. It's just more so of the whole, um, you know, just actual injury aspect of
Yeah.
things and the whole, like, I'm not too worried about the financial stuff.
Okay.
And like, obviously I would, want to continue to play, and I want to do what's best for me to continue to play as long as that would take. It's just I'm having a really tough time trying to get there.
Yeah.
And I think that's my biggest challenge right now, is just trying to get over that hump of being afraid.
How's your diet been?
My diet's fine, but like sometimes to go along with the whole like thinking about returning to play, I'll kind of like an upset stomach, and I think that's just kind of like a whole like anxious kind of thing. But I don't know, I'm just kind of just been going with it.
How's your sleep been?
Not good.
No?
No, I tend to not really sleep it long, and if I do sleep, it's just like very sporadic, if that makes sense. Like I'll just like kind of wake up and like almost like a panic kind of thing. It's very, yeah, it's kind of all over the place.
Okay. Have classes been any part of a contributing factor to this, or is it wearing on your academics?
I mean, I wouldn't say that the injury itself has, played a role in my academics. I would just say that everything that comes with it, as in like, the whole anxious aspect of it, I kind of feel is, kind of teetering my academics. And again, like I said, I'm not really sleeping too well, so I find myself pretty like tired and fatigued throughout the day. So it's kind of rough to go about my day when I'm not feeling, too awake. So
Now, I know you said you self-isolated, but do you have people that can be there for you?
I mean, I have roommates, but it's not like I just kind of do what I have to do and kind of just chill. I don't really talk about anything that goes on, just because I feel, again, like I don't want to feel like come off as weak to anyone. I think that's, important to me, is my self-esteem. So I don't want to come off in that kind of way towards him. I've just never been like that, so.
How's your coach in this process?
My coach wants me to return, obviously. Like I said, I feel like I'm a pretty decent soccer player when I play. I feel like we, play good as a team. So coach wants me to return. And I've talked to him about like being super hesitant. And he just wants me to do, what's right.
Yeah.
And get through all my rehab and everything that I have to do. But I've tried to explain to him that it's, a tough challenge for me mentally.
So I think we're getting to that end where I definitely have some concerns of my own. I don't know if those are mirrored for you, but what I'd like to do is I would like to run a few outcomes with you. Some stuff about return to play, some stuff about generalized anxiety, and I would kind of like to get to the bottom of this, because from what I can see, those self-isolated behaviors are part of what potentially could be causing some of this anxiety, some of this fear of return. I also am mildly concerned with the fact that you're facing actual physical symptoms when thinking about return to play. The other thing is a lot of this stuff is reciprocal. So that anxiety is leading to a lack of sleep or sleep disturbances, which is further leading to more anxiety because we're now on a deficit of sleep, and that fear gets amplified, and it just becomes this rolling thing. So all of a sudden we're getting less and less quality sleep, and it's snowballing downhill into this big, insurmountable form of anxiety. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Sounds right.
A lot of diet also goes into that same factor. So I'd like to run those outcomes. How would you feel about me potentially referring you to a counselor, maybe even just the counseling center on campus?
feel like the best way for me to deal kind of with this issue is to talk. So I feel like that would be a beneficial thing for me. It's just kind of getting out of my own head, I guess, per se. So
Good. Yeah.
I feel like that would be.
I think it will definitely benefit you because there are different forms of exercises that you can do that can help you feel more comfortable with athletics. We've gotten you to a very solid point with rehabilitation, even if it may have been a little bit longer of a process. So at this point, it's just going to come down to teaching you those methods of feeling more comfortable in athletics. The chance of re-injury is always going to be there, but it's just kind of how we cope with that situation, how we cope with those thoughts, how we learn to work around them. Because we've gotten you to a pretty stable point. Just comes down to guiding you into feeling more comfortable getting back on the field. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, and then like you said, I just think it's all. I feel like I am at a good point rehab-wise. It's just kind of getting over that mental hump. So I think that this could definitely help.
Some other things I think that it might be beneficial to do is to get you out with the team a little bit more often. I know that there's definitely some fear with confronting your teammates and confronting your coach, being in that situation, but at the same time, you gotta realize, yes, you were injured, but your teammates also are losing a friend in the self-isolation process. They're losing somebody that they came up with. So I think that not only are you separating yourself from those people, but those people are separated from you. I think we should get you back into that environment, get you back out with those people, and at least have you be in social situations. So we could set up some sort of team events even, if you would be interested in that. Just something to get you back with those people, back with your friends, and kind of talking to them a little bit more.
I like that plan. And yeah, I do think it's important to have kind of that support system. And I feel like definitely because I've isolated from everyone, I haven't really had too much of that. And again, that's my own fault because I've isolated. But yeah, I do feel like that would be a good step.
Do you have any questions for me?
No. No, I don't really think so.
Okay, let's run some outcomes and I will get that referral process started. I think we're definitely on a good track to getting you into a comfortable position. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you.